Intro.
Project VBL.
What are we doing today?
Answering fitness newbie questions with open dialogue.
Question number 1. What are some of the main benefits to weightlifting and exercise in general?
In general, the bigger picture is that we're all gonna get old someday. A lot of times, one fall could lead to just rapid decline in health and soon poof, gone. What we can do right now, between your, early, late teens to 30s, 40s, 50s kind of thing, is build up a good amount of muscle and strength. You get to tackle everyday life a little bit more easily. A car door is always going to weigh the same as however it weighs when you open it. But your ability to, tackle opening things, jars, carrying groceries, activities of daily living will come much easier to you if you have a good amount of strength built up. It adds a layer of protection because eventually, let's say you do fall down the stairs. I fall down the stairs at least once a year. It is a layer of protection for your body to not be so brittle. When you lift weights, you are building bone density, preventing things like osteoporosis, sarcopenia, the degradation of muscle, all things that commonly are associated with old age. Eventually, we will all succumb to whatever disease takes us out or random freak accidents, but doing what you can to prevent the preventable is kind of the goal here, at least for everyday casual exercise people, casual lifters, right? When you're not focused necessarily on a goal such as like being the best in your sport or being like a bodybuilder or, a very specific thing, the end goal is usually like, I want to be leaner. I want to be able to keep up with my children as they grow up and they run around, they play sports, things like that. It's very much, I'm having trouble doing insert whatever daily living thing. It's increasing quality of life and lengthening the whole longevity type of thing. When you find yourself in the shoes of, your older self, it'll feel comfortable and well worn instead of on its last legs, ready to crumble any moment.
Question number 2. Do you need to get a gym membership to produce good results?
Not necessarily, although it is more convenient to have access to a gym where you don't need to really take care of much. Equipment breaks, things go wonky. The gym usually takes care of that for you. You can prep your own home gym if that's what you prefer. You get the benefit is the privacy of your own home and the convenience of being able to work out whenever you want.
What would you say is like the main piece of equipment? Like if somebody didn't want to get a gym membership and they want to work out at home,
okay,
what is the best piece of gym equipment that they could get?
Okay, there are a lot of things you can do with just your body and the tools around you. Most people know what a push-up, a sit-up is, maybe a pull-up, although you can't really do pull-ups unless you have like some sort of equipment, right? There are a lot of body weight exercises that are available to you. You can leverage things to make them a bit more challenging. For example, take your average push-up. A lot of people can't do 10, 20 push-ups in a row. Just body weight, flat plank, kind of on the floor push-ups. You would regress that and work your way up to it by providing some sort of incline. So let's say your push-ups can start by you grabbing the sides of like the kitchen counter with that very steep incline. The closer you are to standing, the easier it will be. So you get into push-up position on your kitchen counter and you push up away. Slowly, ideally, you'd want to increase or decrease the incline till you're about flat. And then you can start to progress it there in various ways. You can offset your hands somehow, elevate with one, other on the floor kind of thing. You can start to elevate your feet. So now you're no longer an incline, but you're more of like a decline, your head being closer to the ground and your feet being up in the air kind of thing. There are a lot of variations that you can do with body weight exercises. Gym equipment. You asked me what a valuable...
Like if there was one piece of equipment, like I have...
Are we talking sets or do we just get one object?
You get one object.
Oh, girl.
And what is the one object you would get?
It has to be something that is customizable in weight. Like maybe you fill it with sand or water. Like it would have to be, what about one of those kettlebells? Some sort of mediumly sized kettlebell that you fill with water as much as you need, and you can kind of customize the weight from there. So you don't have to fill it up all the way, even though it says like, I don't know, like 15-pound kettlebell. Is this even a thing? This has to be a thing somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So if you get like some sort of kettlebell that is water or sand filled, and let's say it is shoulder day and your shoulders are kind of weaker, and you might not fill the kettlebell up all the way with all the sand stuff, and you hit shoulder presses with that kettlebell. And then the customizability part would be
the weight.
The weight. So let's say your legs are immensely stronger than your shoulders. You can fill that bad boy up and then do kettlebell swings with all 20 pounds that it holds.
Question number 3. What should new lifters focus on the most?
Form.
Why?
Because they need to. There are movement patterns that our body needs to be able to follow. Fundamental movement patterns. You want to make sure that you move well throughout those patterns to prevent injury. When you start off lifting, right, you're not going to grab the heaviest weights possible. It's going to be kind of something that is manageable for about maybe 12, 15 reps, something that you can do repeatedly without excess wear and tear on your joints. And you want to ensure that to train yourself to move in a proper fashion so that when you start going up in weights, when you start exploring different options like strength and hypertrophy, that you are able to carry the weight necessary for change in a way that is going to mitigate injury.
Okay, so you're saying focus on form?
Mm-hmm.
If they're a new lifter, how are they going to know what the correct form would be?
They could give it a goog. I would highly advise newer lifters to have some sort of coaching available to them. I'm not saying that you can't just learn it on your own. It's a longer journey that way, but whether it's a certified personal trainer or, and a lot of commercial gyms do have trainers available, a trusted friend that has been in the like sports kind of fitness realm for quite some time, having someone to check your form, and in the event that you really have no one available to you that can guide you through things, what you can do is take videos of everything that you do. Either compare your videos to you give it a goog, whatever form is shown for the particular exercise pattern that you are doing, or like submit them on some sort of forum. There's Facebook groups for this, for form checks, subreddits, like anything to make sure that you are moving within a safe movement pattern for you.
I would like to also throw in that when you are doing a new exercise that you're unsure of what the form might be and you're trying it out, I would go lightest weight possible until you know that you're doing the correct form. The last thing you want to do is injure yourself when you're trying to start the fitness journey.
Yeah, you find that you were able to lift something, let's say a bicep curl, I don't know, but then you want to grab the 50-pound dumbbells and see if you can just bring it up, but then you're yoinking with your whole heart and soul, and that puts you at a lot more risk. The safest thing that you can do for yourself and prepare yourself for more growth long term is to just grab the lightest thing and the most robotic, strictest form with it. Body will thank you for it.
Question number 4. What would you say to people new to the gym environment that might be intimidated by the gym?
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons to be intimidated by the gym. Weird looking equipment, also scary looking people, lifting heavy things, looking angry. It can be very hard to take those first steps to go in and decide that you want to be part of this life. The reassuring thing is that you'll find that most people that are fairly experienced in kind of lifting, gym culture and all that, they're more than happy to help a newbie out, because we've all been there. We've all had our very first bicep curl. It's not, I don't think most people in the gym are strutting around parading that they're much better than others. The thing is that you'd be hard pressed to find completely judgment-free spaces. There's always gonna be some that is gonna be whether you meet them at the gym or the coffee shop. When you're looking at the majority of the gym, people are going to be so focused on their own workouts and their own vanity that they're not thinking twice about what you're doing. And as far as being kind of scared of equipment, the good part is most machines do have like a little placard attached to them that will give you the basic rundown of how this machine works and what muscles it exercises. Ultimately, it depends on how bad, not how bad do you want it, but really how bad do you want it? Are you willing to kind of push aside those weird, well, not weird, they're not unusual, but the thoughts that you have about like whatever it is that is intimidating you, right? And just try to go in. The first step is going in, build the habit, show up.
Well, what I would say is it's completely understandable to be intimidated by the gym, because the reason why we sign up to the gym is because we're admitting that we don't like how we look and we want to change it.
Or how strong.
Yeah, it could be, you could feel insecure about your weaknesses, like literally how weak you are, or you can be out of shape and you want to change that. So you're already going to the gym with an insecurity, and then you'll see people there that have already made that change, and you know you have a long way ahead of you. If you're at the gym trying to make a change for yourself, I have all respect for you. If you're 600 pounds at the gym trying to change your life, that's, really respectable. And that's just what I personally feel like. Yeah. So anybody that wants to, laugh at people at the gym or not help out, those are just people upset with their own selves.
Everyone at the gym is there to make some sort of progress. You'll find that the gym is a community of people who are working to better themselves. And ideally, you would want to surround yourself with people that are working to better themselves.
Question number 5. This will be our last question for the video. What would you say is the single best piece of advice you could give to someone just starting their fitness lifestyle?
Okay, I've got this. So a common thing that comes up when I first start talking to people about their fitness journey, like they are just starting out, have never bicep curled in their life, I'm always asked, like, what supplements should I take now? Like, what should I prep right now to get started on this journey? And a very common mistake is that I see a lot of people doing a lot of prepping. Oh, if I'm going to start gymming, I need to get a massage gun. If I'm going to start gymming, I need to get creatine and BCAAs and a whole bunch of stuff. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff because chances are you're starting off your lifting journey and maybe your cardio journey, and you're also working on fixing the nutrition aspect, maybe incorporating a little bit more chicken, tuna in your life, a vegetable like a broccoli. My point is that it is baby steps, especially for a lifestyle change. We want to make it an actual part of your lifestyle. That means that you want to just go in and start doing the thing, do the lifting, do the eating right, do the sleeping right. Then maybe you can start talking about supplementation, because by then you would have known what it's like to kind of follow a program, know what it's like to start lifting with intention, to understand what it takes to make yourself also feel okay. You don't need a whole bunch of knickknacks. It's more of a procrastination tactic where people feel productive when they are at their local GNC trying to amass all the supplements they can when they have not even started the journey. They have not done the important part. And months go by and all this preparation has taken place and they feel like the most productive, prepared person on the planet, yet nothing has changed as far as their strength, their body composition. Nothing changed because they were not doing the activity that they were doing all this preparing to do in the first place. What was the question again?
What is the single best piece of advice you could offer somebody just starting their fitness journey?
Yeah, so don't do all that other stuff. Keep it very basic, keep it very simple. You go to the gym, you experiment with a few machines, kind of get a feel for what resistance training feels like. You don't need to touch all the other stuff with a lot of acronyms and fancy names like BCAA. You can just lift things, see how you feel. Run a little bit, see how that feels.
Also, I would say is a very important thing is to track your progress. You gotta know where you start, and then maybe after 2 months of you being serious about it, I would see where you're at. And I wouldn't just go based off of the scale, because As a beginner lifter or just somebody just trying to get into the fitness, lifestyle, you're going to be losing fat and gaining muscle, and you're going to plateau from that at some point, but at the beginning it's very easy to do. And so even though you don't see the number changing on the scale, it could still mean your composition of your body is changing.
Unless you have one of those fancy schmancy body composition scales where you stand on the plates and then it gives you your thing.
Like your body fat and everything. But I would see your strength. Are you feeling stronger? If you're only able to do an exercise with 5 pounds this week, in 2 weeks are you able to do it with 10?
Yeah.
I would check things like that and just go off of that. But I know a lot of beginning lifters or people trying to lose weight, they'll fixate on a scale. And I don't believe it's the best thing to do, but I get you want to see that number change.
I think it's the most convenient thing that people have access to. Most people do have like some sort of scale in their house. Ideally, don't rely just on the scale to monitor progress. Do I feel stronger in my day-to-day life? Are these groceries easier to carry in? Maybe clothes fit a little bit better, or you see a little bit more muscle definition in the mirror. There are a lot of metrics that you could go by that are not just a number on the scale.
That's our video. We'll probably be posting again next week. Thank you guys for watching.